everyone, and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading Lenny Listener by me. So let's get into it. Lenny was not often someone to let missions get to him. After all, spending a long time in the House of the Horse meant he was used to his unfortunate circumstances. So sometimes, missions going wrong was something predictable, and not something that often worried him. It was something he could expect, and something that happened from time to time. But what happened today was not something he could easily forget, nor forgive. He had done something reckless, something that Arlecchino did not approve of, and that meant he had to get a punishment. He was kind of scared, to be honest. She may be loving, in her own way, of course, but she was firm. She was scary, and that was something everyone knew about her. Before her kindness, you saw just how truly intimidating she was, so you could only imagine how his punishment would be. So when he came home to you, and looked quite exhausted and anxious, you couldn't help but want to lend out a hand, to help him in any way that you could. Lenny, is everything alright? You seem out of sorts. He shakes his head, sighing softly as he puts down his hat on the table. I'm fine. Just something went wrong, but I'm sure everything will be okay. You don't look like it. Are you sure that everything will be fine? Are you injured? Did something happen to your siblings? None of that happened. They're fine, and I'm fine too. But, well, I didn't expect things to go so badly. I see. So, the mission was not a successful one? You ask, tilting your head, and he nods, a small frown appearing on his face. That's right. It was not successful in any way. And I suppose I should have seen it coming, I guess. That's why it went so badly. I was careless. I took more risks than I needed to. And then everything went badly. So it's kind of my fault. I don't blame Father for her reaction. Oh, so Harlequina is involved. No wonder you look so upset. Is she mad at you? You say. You knew that she was not someone who could let go of mistakes so easily. She was firm and strict, and wanted to make sure that all the children in the house were careful. And even though, well, Lenny and Lynette were no longer children, and most of them were not really, they were adults. They had their own lives, but to her they would always be her children, that she'd raised them to be. And they should always be loyal and always obey her orders. But sometimes, Lenny's brain got a little bit ahead of him, and he wanted to do things that would not line up with what she wanted, and that resulted in whatever this is. So, you messed up. She's mad at you, and you're upset. That's about it, he said. He tried to smile, but he could not find any humor in the situation. I see there is more to it. Lenny, is something bad going to happen? You can tell me. You can count on me to listen at least, even if I can't help in any realistic way. She said there is a punishment, and I'm not sure what it is. It's worrying me, Wyan. It's not often that she's like that. She's not going to hurt you, is she? You whisper. You felt a little bit scared right now, which perhaps was not the most helpful reaction that you could have. Right now he needed someone who could reassure him, not someone scared on his behalf. But you noticed that, and quickly schooled your expression into something a little less anxious and try to look more sure of yourself. Well, I don't think she's going to hurt me. At least not seriously. I don't really care about that. It's not the most of my worries, Wayan. Then what is the most of your worries? Goodness, I don't know how you think sometimes, Lenny. But I promise she's not going to do anything to Lynette or Fremine, if that's what you're thinking. She may be scary, but at the very least, both you and I should know that she's not unfair. She would not hurt you like that. So relax, Lenny. He needed. You wrapped your arms around his waist, leading him to the couch, and then you sat beside him, holding his hand and squeezing it gently. Lenny is someone who thinks of every possibility under the sun, always anxious, always trying to predict what's going to happen next. And if there is anything you can do to calm him down, you would. You just want to see him at peace, not stressing out, and not worrying over things that most likely would not happen anyway. Lenny, now just close your eyes and breathe, alright? You say softly, watching as he laid his head on your lap, and you ran your fingers through his tangled hair. He looked like a mess, truly, and you knew he was due for a shower right now. But that could wait. A couple hours at least. He just needed to relax. And so you held him close, watching as his brows unfurrowed and his muscles untensed. And soon, he looked the very perfect picture of calm. Thank you, darling. I don't know what I'd do without you. You wouldn't have to know about that, because I'm not leaving you anytime soon. So for now, don't worry your pretty little head about anything, okay? I got it. For now, at least. And I promise you, it won't be as bad as you think it may be. I think I already know what she's going to do. But I'll just keep that to myself. And if I'm right, I'll certainly have to brag about it. He chuckled at that. If you are, then you certainly have every right to, he says, and then closes his eyes once more, settling in your arms, and thinking about nothing but just how much he loves you.